what's up everybody, this is DaZeD from NetcodeSource.com, and today we're going to look at VERYGAMES and VirtusPRO on cache. So the French versus the Russians, and it's for ESEA. So it's pretty important, especially for the Euros, for ESEA, because there's so many good teams. You really want to win. VirtusPRO is going to start out going into a B rush for pistol, which is a really just simple strat, but so effective because it's so difficult to stop as CTs. Shoxy's able to get that first one right there, but then him and Existence to go to the exact same spot, and Guardian's able to get the Existence and then kill the guy in Heaven. Heaven's a really bad spot if you don't have anybody alive in sight, generally, because it's so easy for the T's to kill them. But you know, VirtusPRO does the pistol rush towards B, which is what a ton of teams do nowadays, and it's so simple yet so effective, and something that is just really difficult to stop as a CT. Alright, so we saw what the forward players were doing on VP, where they were just rushing towards B. Now let's look at what DjSeptimus is doing right here. And he's going to be lurking middle while they rush B, and he's definitely calling if they're in the vents towards middle, because that's really, really, really important. He goes out and he lurks really well. He gets out here. He's pretty lucky that nobody was looking there. And then he's able to get that really nice shot on Smiths, and then get in this crazy gun battle versus MBK, and end up securing the round right there for his team. Alright guys, so 4th round gun round, obviously really important, especially if the T's win it. And to be honest, VP is going to do a pretty poorly executed strat where they're just going to have Angel run out middle solo. There's a lot of flashes going off for him, but he dies here, and it's something that's really easy to stop. So let me show you it from Scream and Smith. Alright, so Smith's going to auto snipe up. He's going to be in the connector, so he's not going to be affected by any of the flashes. And he's just going to sit here and spam that wall. Scream's going to push up like this, dodge the flashes, and then turn around and kill Angel. So from their point of view, very, very easy to stop that right there, with Smith ending up picking up the kill. Now 4v5, and VirtusPRO is going to simply have to just try to work off picks. And I'm in agreement with what they do. They are going to try to pick off middle. Guardian's holding the A push. You know, DjSeptimus can work mid, and Kucher can hold that B push pretty easily. Now, Scream's on that box, as you can see through X-ray, and DjSeptimus is smart enough to recognize that it's a possible spot that someone could be at, and just spams them to 17 health right there, which, surprisingly enough, isn't going to have much of an impact on this round. But he did do a lot of good damage, and then he goes and he does a lot of damage to Existence as well. Now Shoxy got a little bit hurt, and they're coming into B pretty quickly, and he's just trying to delay them as much as possible, but he takes a killer nade right there. And you know, with 12 HP, he really doesn't have much of a shot. Existence comes trying to peek through the main and dies. Now, amazingly enough, Scream has 17 health, and he manages to get not one, but then 2 kills on, you know, Fox and Guardian. But DjSeptimus and Kucher are able to get these 2 kills, and Scream doesn't want to risk it with 2 low HP to actually like go for the round, and he ends up saving. So really, VERYGAMES players kind of left B very vulnerable. They didn't have any smokes up. Existence went over here to pick off at middle and ended up dying. Now let me show you what he did real fast. Alright guys, so right here, Existence is a big part why VERYGAMES loses this round. They don't have any smokes left at B. They've used them both. And they don't have any control, like of checkered or anything, so it's pretty easy for the guys to walk in B and end up getting kills and isolating Shoxy. Especially when Existence goes back to middle because Scream has to fall off and peeks right here and, you know, gets really, really damaged to 9 health. Now, at B, they are really, really weak right now. They have main smoked. Existence is going to come up Heaven, but, you know, as I said before, if Shoxy dies here, isn't making any type of, you know, they don't have to worry about Shoxy in sight. Like I said on pistol round, it's really hard to get kills from Heaven, and Guardian just ends up killing them really easily. So that B hold by Existence was and Shoxy was pretty bad. Had they gotten someone in the checkered room, it would have been a lot easier for them to hold B. They had the smokes up here, but they never ended up using them to get anybody in checkered or anybody around the vents or anything, and that just allowed the VirtusPRO, the Russians, to go into B and take it pretty easily. So that was the main deal in the round. I mean, even though it was 4v5, they really didn't play B strong at all, and you know that was the difference maker in the round. They really all have M4s. They don't even have like an op or an auto sniper, so they're not even like full bot really, you know, like fully nade wise and stuff like that. So they really just want to take a chance here, and so they just, you know, flash and go through the smoke. But you know, again, like I said earlier, this is extremely easy to stop had VirtusPRO been watching it and been aware enough to watch it. But they don't. VeryGames catches them off guard, and then they just simply just walk flank them and win the round that way when they go towards A. And I'll just leave it on while I talk about what happened this half. Really was just VeryGames not adapting to VirtusPRO's constant pressure at middle and not playing middle correctly. Had VeryGames been peeking middle with auto snipes in and out, and peeking the orange roof with auto snipes or ops in and out, and not being like, you know, too posted on it and stuff, it probably would have been a pretty easy thing to stop VirtusPRO. Even though VirtusPRO does have like insane aim, it still isn't that difficult to stop them, because what happens is, like, I don't care how good your aim is, if you're over here and you get into this no man's land right here, and you're peeking the spindle, and then you peek from Z, the Z guy's gonna have the advantage, or the vent, and then the Z guy shoots 2 bullets, he hides, then the vent guy peeks. You know, it's gonna be pretty easy kills. Same thing at the orange roof. If you're on the orange roof as a T, you're peeking towards the Z, you're waiting, and someone delays peeks, and he peeks at the sandbags. He does damage to you, he falls back, and then this guy peeks from the vents. Like, you're gonna die if you're on the orange roof. But instead, VeryGames was generally like, this guy would get over here. As soon as he gets up here, he's just holding, and they fully commit to a peek on him. And that's really how they were losing the rounds. You gotta, you know, make the game easy on yourself. And when this guy's on the orange roof, try to play off your teammates, let him shoot your teammate, and then you peek your spot. So that was the end of the first half. I'll go over the second half later, guys, in another commentary, but you know, this does end up being a close game. So definitely stay tuned and check that out. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll get the second half up pretty soon.